Audio on Wildlax Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Let's go ahead and eat this, get it on my inventory. Chug enough drink to get me up to the huh. Oops. Dang it. Isn't there the hammer? I need a tool to fix my wall here. I carry rifle parts. Weird, I don't know why that piece of wall was broken. I'm gonna try and run out to the store here. Sell some stuff. Maybe grab a quest. Before it gets too late in the day here. That's my plan. I got stuff cooking upstairs, so we'll let it cook while we go wandering about a little bit. Maybe do some house invasion. Alright, fine. So, I think my last step. Oh, that's not a road. I think my last episode was still the broken computer. I don't know if it's completely fixed, but it's at least working. Although today I got up to find it had shut itself down or reset itself. Looking through the event logs, it looked like it was on purpose. I hate when it does it. And then, of course, when I came back, it was like just a pain to get it to reboot. And then after I finally got it to reboot, okay, it worked fine after that. So I think it was a Windows update thing. That's what it appeared to be to me. And so maybe it just had to run through its Windows update. But it was really bizarre. Like, it booted into Windows and there was no taskbar. And so I had to whatever it was trying to do crashed, and then it asked me if I wanted to end process, and then once I did that, then the Windows taskbar finally came into existence, and I was able to tell it to restart, and since then it's been working fine. So I don't know what it did while I wasn't at my computer, but you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, things have been working all right. Started playing Redfall. I actually find it pretty fun. I've got, I don't know, I think it says I've got about 13 hours into the game now. We've played 2 different multiplayer sessions, or three different multiplayer sessions, I think now. 3?
Time is money, and I'll wager you don't have
2.
any.
2. We'll play it again tonight, probably. And it's, like I said, it's been actually pretty fun. I was a little worried. This isn't the first time I've played a multiplayer shooter game from Bethesda. Not this one's completely multiplayer, but and I haven't really liked what they do a lot of the time with their multiplayer stuff, and mostly because I like I guess this has got a bit of a story to it. So I like a shooter with a story. I don't like just a shooter. And it was weird. I was trying to think of the name of it. It was a long time ago. And it was, I want to say it was like a floating island city, and whatever had happened, the city had been taken over, and so um, it seemed like a cool idea, but then the game itself was kind of eh. It was way too missiony, and what I mean by that is
All
like,
that damn gawking at
look,
goods,
I
and
didn't
that's
see
all you
anything, okay,
buy?
man. Uh, Listen, I'm not great at your tier 5, so give me a tier 4. We'll do a fetch and
Well,
clear,
come to think of it, let's
I
move
guess, once
on.
my ammo gets finished.
You're not working with me.
Maybe not at night here, but we'll see. So yeah, whatever was the deal with that one, I just, listen, I don't know why I don't like missions. It's not any different than having to go back and get a quest, right? But to me, it feels different. So, like, you get your mission, it dumps you into the arena, you fight the arena, you finish the arena, it gives you your stats on how well you did, and then you select your next mission off of a list. Feels different to me than I'm at the headquarters, I get my mission, I go to the place, I get my mission from an NPC, I go to the place, I do whatever it is it wants me to do, I finish that, and then I go back, turn it in, and get the next quest. So I guess it's the lack of feeling like I'm in the world that I don't like. Um, uh, Not that there's anything wrong against playing mission games. If you like mission games, I have no problem with that. I just personally prefer my shooter, looter, RPG games to, you know, have a little more world feel to them. Where is my base? I tell you, get lost trying to find my base every time. It's because I'm not on the right road. So, so yeah, we haven't run into any glitches or anything. I know my nephew just wants to trash the game every time he talks to me. He doesn't play it. He watched like 2 videos on it, and so every time I see him, well, not every time I see him, but like 4 times that I've seen him since we started playing it, he's like, "How's them vampires that get hung up on cars?" I'm like, you know what, dude? I still haven't seen it. 13, 14 hours in, still haven't seen a single vampire get hung up on anything. Um, so I'm glad your guy, you know, had fun finding a glitch, but it wasn't just one guy, it was 5 vampires. I'm like, okay, well, like, I didn't see what you saw. So the fact that they're getting hung on a car, the cars are physical objects in the world. You can use them as cover. Some of the vampires are slow. The low-level ones seem to be slow. The high-level ones are super fast. So I guess, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I didn't see the video, so I don't know. Don't know why you gotta bring it up every time. You know, and then I saw like a little video of one of the low-level vampires chasing someone, and you're fast enough that you can run away from the vampire, and so they were running away from the vampire, right? They were staying out of the vampire's range, and then they captioned their little video with, "Is this vampire ever gonna hit me?" Well, no, because you're dodging it. What do you mean? Oh, you know what? I don't have anything going here. I was out of lead bullets. That was the problem. Bullet tips. I've got no lead. Oh, dang it. Alright, well, let's get these going, and I'll have to go get some lead then. Oh, and I didn't sell my gold. I got plenty of gunpowder. I don't know what that's gonna back into. And I've got brass currently cooking off here. So yeah, you know, I gotta build back up my bullet stores because I definitely burn through my ammo like it's not real. Let's see if we can't go get some more lead. But yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. I think I would have liked. The heroes are okay. Um, I've played a lot of time with 3 of the 4, and they're each okay. It's weird. It's like each one has 3 abilities that you can unlock as you go up levels. You get them pretty quickly, so it doesn't take long to have access to all of your abilities. But then there's also the skill up tree where you improve those abilities, so like your abilities will change as you go up levels and you spend points on them. And you know, so I've played 2 pretty let me see if I can rephrase this. I've played 2 of the heroes up to like level 5 or 6, somewhere in there. Which means I had all 3 of the abilities and I got to upgrade a little bit. I've played one of the heroes long enough to get maybe his 2nd ability, and then I didn't play the 4th one. I mean, I did play the 4th one up until she got her first ability, so I could try it out. But then I decided I didn't like the ability, so weird. I thought I had a lead mine. I only got 1 listed. I should look for lead. Find a new lead mine. Nope, that was trash. That was trash. I'm looking for, I think it's a little square rock. Kind of a white square rock sitting on the surface. I thought that trash might be it. And so, each of the 4 heroes... Nope, it's trash again. Is okay. I'm not particularly impressed with their abilities, and so there's some right there. It's not square at all. And that's not lead. Niter. Let's mark it on the map, though. And so there's the girl with telekinesis. I don't play her. I played her to get her first ability, and then I tried it out, and I didn't like it. She makes a shield that blocks all the bullets that come at her. You can't do anything but move while the shield is up, which is why I didn't want to play her. And then once the timer on the shield runs out, she shoots all the bullets back out. So, I mean, she's probably okay. I don't know. That was actually one of the things that my nephew also was like, yeah, your game is stupid, kind of thing. Because they have special abilities. I don't understand why that's a bad thing in a RPG, shooter, FPS, looter shooter kind of game. I don't know what acronyms to stick to this thing. It's a multiplayer RPG looter shooter. There you go. It doesn't have to be multiplayer though. You can play it single player. I actually spent probably spent more in-game with people than I did by myself. Yeah, so I didn't play her as much. The other guy that I didn't get as much time to play with either was the sniper guy. Like, I'm pretty flexible, I feel, when it comes to picking things in games, so when everybody went to pick their characters, so we'd each have a different character to try out. I let the other guys pick their characters first, because I guess I didn't care that much, and I didn't want them to get stuck with a character they didn't want to try. And so the one guy took the sniper, which would have been my first choice, and then the other guy took the tech guy, which probably would have been my second choice. So then I had to go with my third choice, which was, that's the Niter again, which was the woman with the robot. Now, had the robot actually done something, she would have been my first choice. But ooh. There's what I was looking for, and it is square. It's just not white. Bam. Okay. I mean, her robot does something. It just, you know, doesn't do what I would have liked it to have done. Right. So, the sniper guy has a raven that he can send out, and it scans the area for bad guys and marks them. You can see them outlined in red, right? And then I don't know what his other abilities are. I only know that one because I didn't play with him as much because the other guy was playing in our multiplayer, and then the tech guy, he's got like a spear that he throws out that arcs lightning to things that get too close to it. And then his second ability, I actually have never used. He puts down target, I guess. And then that target will allow him to teleport back to it. And then it's got some upgrades that let it, like I think your teammates can teleport through it, and it'll like do damage to bad guys who are nearby, and just stuff like that. I haven't actually used it. And then his third ability is he puts down a kind of like a construction light, like on a stand. It's got lights on it. You can shine the lights where you want to. Only this one's got lights all around it, and it arcs ultraviolet light to, you know, stop the vampires. And so the trick with the third level abilities is that they require a fuel source of psychic energy that you get from killing the vampires. And so it can be hard to actually power up that ability. Like, I've only used it a few times because I've only managed to get enough power to use it a few times. And then the one that I'm using when we're playing multiplayer, she's got a robot, and her first ability is to send out the robot, and it will taunt the bad guys in the area so they attack it instead of you for a short period of time. I think maybe the robot shoots at things. I occasionally see it doing something, but I haven't stood there and watched to see exactly what it does. And then the second ability she has is C4. She can throw out a C4 explosive and then detonate it later. I've used that a couple of times. It's not really that impressive. And then the big ability for her is she puts a healing aura around to heal everybody as long as they're close to her. And So, you know, the abilities are okay. I think the tech guys probably got the best ones. Um, I don't know anything about the telekinetic girl. I don't know what her other abilities are. So maybe her stuff's really cool. I didn't like the first one. I didn't realize the first one wasn't going to be as... No, let me rephrase that. I didn't know that the powers weren't going to be as important as they kind of make them seem. I honestly forget to even use my abilities most of the time because it's a shooter. And so, I... You know, I basically shoot things. You got 3 weapon slots, which is okay. I wish there were 4. But you got 3 weapon slots you can swap out at any time. And so it's not like specific weapons. You have 3 slots you can have equipped. And then you swap between, you know, what weapons you want in those slots. Decent selection of different weapon types. I enjoy that. Pistol, you know, standard pistol, sniper rifle, shotgun. And then they've got, assault rifle. And then they've got a couple of weirder ones. They've got the stake thrower, which is nice. And then the stake thrower was nice to fight vampires with. It does a lot of damage. This is just like regular metal. I want regular metal. I want lead. My guy is like out of stamina here. I feel like the lead stuff in this game is too thin. Like you get a little bit of lead and then it's over. Why is my lead mine full of... I guess this is lead again. Weird. Wasn't I hitting this? Yeah, see this one here is not lead. Then this one is lead. Yeah, stick throw is nice. High damage, but really slow. And you don't find a lot of stake ammo in the game. And the amount you can hold is pretty tiny. So you run out pretty quick. But if you can catch a vampire unawares, you can probably 1 or 2 shot them with a good stake thrower so far. I like that. And then there's the UV laser, which, well, it's not laser, the UV light, which used to shine on vampires. Takes a while to, I mean, it hurts them as long as you can keep it on them. So it's a constant burn kind of weapon. But if you can hold it on them long enough, then they turn to stone, kind of, and then you can smash them. Interestingly, fighting the vampires is tricky. You do enough damage to them, and they'll get staggered. And while they're staggered, you have to stab them with a stake, which is usually on the end of one of your weapons. Not all weapons have a stake, so you do have to save one of your 3 slots to have a weapon that has a stake on it. I don't think there are any other weapon types that we found, anyways. I think that's probably it. I was trying to think what I carry. There's a flare gun. I haven't used the flare gun. I imagine you could probably burn up a vampire with a flare gun. I feel like there's something else in there too that I just don't use. I like the sniper rifle and the pistol are probably my 2 main weapons. And like I said, stake thrower if I have stake ammo for when we're fighting vampires. Because there's not just vampires. There's also cultists, and then there's mercenaries. Lots of different kinds of vampires. Different abilities on the vampires. Some of them are really tough. Some of them are pretty easy. You catch just a basic vampire, they go down pretty fast. You catch a siphon vampire, and those guys will wreck you. They are super tough. They drain you constantly. And the first time I played it, first couple times I played it, I was a little disappointed in the game. Um, uh, First solo play of it, I was disappointed because around your first base, or around the main base of the game, it's pretty light on bad guys. And so I played through it by myself, like Monday of last week. And then on Tuesday, I started over with the group that I play with. And so we played it, and we didn't get much farther than I did by myself. And so I was like, yeah, there's not enough bad guys in this game. And then the second session and the second time I solo played, um, yeah, that was wrong. There's a lot of bad guys. You just gotta be in the right areas. And so yeah, it's a looter shooter. So you know, you kill guys, you get weapon drops. You compare those weapons to what you got. There's different sniper rifles, different pistols, different shotguns. They each are flavored a little bit differently, so they have different abilities attached to them. They shoot different. There's like the semi-automatic sniper rifle, the bolt-action sniper rifle, that kind of stuff. Pistols, there's small pistol, larger pistol, both semi-automatic with a clip, and then or mag. And then there's also a revolver. Like I said, I haven't tried out the flare gun yet. It doesn't. I don't think of it as a weapon. It's probably like a shoot the vampire once it's staggered kind of weapon. I honestly haven't even looked at how much ammo it carries. Weapons come in different qualities, and so different qualities will have different amounts of bonus stats attached to them. Sometimes it's stuff like I think I've got or had, I probably don't have it now, but I had like a sniper rifle that gave me back 15% of the health of things that killed with it, or like 25% extra chance to stagger, or you know, stuff like that. And so that makes it fun because I like that kind of looter shooter stuff. And you know, it kind of reminds me a bit of Destiny, except with a lot more stuff going on. And you're pretty much always. I don't know why I was running. My motorcycle's out here. I was gonna run back to base, but what's the point? I've got a motorcycle. Except like in Destiny, Destiny's a little more separated in where you go. Destiny the shooter, and this one is pretty much. You do load into some different areas, like you might go to a safe house, and then the safe house is a separate area that you load into. But most of the other stuff is just in the world, and yep, on the right spot, man. Gotta stop trying to follow those exclamation point. We're not headed there right now. We're going back to work on our bullets some more. And so boop. Storyline's pretty decent so far. It's like I said, it's an RPG kind of thing. It's got a decent storyline so far. We've uncovered a few things, and you know, we're kind of, say, about a third of the way to understanding the big story that's happening. I'm not. There's some things I'm still not clear on, but we're aware who some of the major bad guys are. There's a couple that aren't. The graphics are a little cartoonier than I would prefer. I don't think it looks exactly like Fortnite, but it leans in that direction. It's a little less cartoony than Fortnite, but it's more cartoony than what I was expecting. runs fairly decent. You know, I've got a 280 RTX in my system, and I haven't really run into too many problems running it on Epic. There's a lot of water and smoke and fire and fog and stuff that you know, can be really hard for your system to run. And so we do run into occasional issue if you know, too many things are happening on the screen, but for the most part I don't have any problems. But I am running it on Epic, and I know the other guy, he's running it on medium, and he said he didn't notice any issues at all. Um, Feels good. You know, jumping and shooting and stuff seems good. Uh, the characters though are, like I said, their special abilities are okay. Nothing really stands out. Um, I like the light thing that sends out a pulse of UV light. Sometimes you get like 4 or 5 vampires on you at the same time, and that can be a really tough fight. Because you know, you gotta stagger those guys, and it can take a few shots to stagger them once the fight starts if you're out of stake ammo. And which I usually am because there's that many vampires. And so it can be tough to fight that many guys because they're coming at you from all different directions. Um, and so it's nice to plop that down and just freeze the vampires in place. Multiplayer is a bit easier, obviously, because you get the bad guys focused on one person and or on the robot, and then it's easier to shoot them from a distance. Um, and yeah, I like I said, I like the storyline. The graphics look okay. I wish they were a little more. I wish they were a little more leaned a little harder Skyrim or Fallout or Dishonored. You know, they do kind of look like Dishonored, but I wish they were a little more serious. I don't even know how to say what I want to say. I wish they leaned a little harder toward realistic and a little less to the cartoony. But I don't notice while I'm playing. I'd like a fourth weapon slot just so that I can have like pistol's nice, sniper rifle's nice. Usually that's my first and second slot, and then I have to keep swapping between the third. The thing is that there's some things in the game that are not a puzzle necessarily, but you do have to use like the UV laser to undo some stuff, and so it'd be nice if I didn't have to swap to the UV laser. And but that's more of just a complaint, you know. If I had 4 slots, then I could have my pistol, my sniper rifle, my shotgun, which is my standard vampire hunting weapon, and then my stake launcher, and then I could swap out my stake launcher for my UV laser when I needed it. I'd be fine with that. But having to swap out the stake launcher and the shotgun all the time, it can be a little annoying. Let's see, I've rescued some hostages. That's been okay. You got 2 different lock systems in the game. You don't really do anything with them. You have to have lock picks on hand, and then you can lock pick things, or you have to have the hacking kit on hand to hack into things. Sound is interesting in the game. Turning on a faucet will alert bad guys. Fire alarms go off. I've died a few times to cars exploding next to me. I don't appreciate that. Maybe I shouldn't stand next to the cars then. And let's see. I don't know. It's just it's been really enjoyable. I've had a pleasant time. Oh, got another diamond. Pleasant time with the game, which is you know, a good thing. Kind of the goal, right? Have fun with the game you're playing. But you know, like I said, when I see my nephew and he talks about it, he's always like, having fun with that game where the vampires can't path around cars. I'm like, well, you know, still haven't seen it. 14 hours of gameplay, still haven't seen a vampire get hung on something. You like doing the whole mission with just a pistol? I'm like, okay, I don't even know what you mean by that. It's a looter shooter. What difference does it make which choice of weapon I take? I don't understand that complaint. Like, would it be okay if I did the whole mission with a shotgun? The whole mission with a sniper rifle? I don't see what the difference is. Uh, you know, it is, like I said, looter shooter, so the damage on the weapons do go up. And so, you know, I got some pretty decent weapons. My pistol, you know, does almost as much damage as my sniper rifle. Shotguns look like they do very little damage, but every pellet does the damage, so it adds up pretty quick. So, depending on how close they are to you, shotguns are really powerful up close. Because you know, when my pistol does around 100 damage per shot, and my shotgun does like 22 damage per shot, which seems like a big difference. But when it shoots out a bunch of pellets and you hit with 6, 7, 8 pellets, right? I mean, that's comparable damage. And then of course my pistol doesn't have a stake on the end of it, so I can't stab the vampires when they go into stagger mode. Which is why I use the shotgun most of the time. I was trying to think what else he complained about. The graphics. Oh, and the fact the game costs $70. He's like, "Do you think it's worth $70?" I'm like, I don't know, man. That's what it paid for. That's what games cost now. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, it. I mean, it still hasn't had a big patch, so it seems all right to me. I don't know. I don't know what all the complaining's for. Once you get past the very first like tutorial area and you get to move out into the game, it does get a bit more difficult. I think we could probably turn up the difficulty a little bit. But when you get into downtown, especially, and there's like multiple different types of cultists and multiple different types of mercenaries and multiple different types of vampires all congregated in the same area and fighting each other, and you've got to go into that, it can get pretty crazy. Like running out of ammo on all your weapons crazy sometimes. You know, those are the fun times. I like exploring the different areas. A lot of the buildings you can unlock and go in and look around, and you get little notes to tell you what happened to the people who live there. And every safe house has got a couple of quests in it. So if you unlock a safe house, you can do a couple of quests. You do enough in an area, then you can hunt the vampire boss for that area. I don't think it's gonna have a very long story. So I mean, you know, we've put in 2, 3, about 6 hours in our multiplayer, and I feel like we might be a fifth of the way into it. I don't think it's gonna take us 30 hours to get through the whole story, but we've only unlocked one area so far, and we haven't even done all the... I say unlocked, I mean we killed the vampire boss for one area so far. And, I don't know how many areas there are. But, I know I'm a single-player game, I'm past that a little bit. And so, you know, I've seen some other things going down that we just haven't made it to yet. I don't know how many main quests there are. We've only done 2 main quests on our multiplayer, and I've done 3 or 4 on my single player. But yeah, it's a fun game. I don't know what else to say. I've really been enjoying it. So with that, be better than the small things, lean in the light. I will talk to you later.